board in here. Chris, board. Don't do that. You're gonna have to pick some sound that you like.
Well, I'm trying to pick one, but the other thing is I can't even hear it.
I understand, but you keep changing the settings, and they're different. They're different sound levels.
Right? Yeah, I get that, but I'm trying to get a one that I like.
Oh, okay. I got nothing to do with that.
I got nothing out here.
He's got it set. He's got it. Keep playing. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it. Check, check.
Check, check. You are a red line disaster. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. Hey, welcome. We're live, apparently. Chris, we're live, apparently. We are live. Live? We're live. Yeah, we're live. Apparently, this is why this is the first night's test setup, and we're still trying to figure it out. Hello, welcome. Happy October. What is the date again?
October.
What kind of host am I?
Oh, the October 5th, I think. No.
October the 5th.
What time is it?
I have no idea. It's got to be late.
Oh, I know it. Where's my phone? Oh, there.
12:26. It is October the 5th. It is Saturday.
Felt it. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Welcome. Just thought we'd sit down and start this episode. A little behind the count. See what happens. Okay, part one. Part one, turn this light off.
That light is stunning.
Yes. That light has had its say and then some.
You feel comfy?
Well, I need a break after that exercise in futility. I think we got it, though. Apparently, we both have live microphones, and we are on YouTube.
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
And you have a guitar on your phone.
That's a bass.
Oh, that's why it has 4 strings, right?
Unless you're Max Cavalera.
Yeah.
It's so fly. He only has 4 strings.
That's right. That's right. Or everybody else who plays bass. Before, 10 years ago, you know?
Yeah, now you need, 23 strings to even count.
To even count. They call it gent now. Gent.
I like
Gent. That's where that comes
that's
from.
kind of more of a march. That's like gent. It's like dun, 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 dun.
Semantics of the gent. It's anything that's short, stabbing, stutters. They stole it from jazz, you know.
Not my tempo. Neiman, do you know why I hurled a chair at you?
Yeah.
I'd kick that dude's ass.
It's the sound of cats. That's what jazz is. If you like cats, then you would understand.
Right.
If you don't like cats, then you're covered in hair. My fucking house has been overrun by cats now that I have 3 cats in here. It is just...
It's your fault.
It's too much. They come to the back door and they're like, let me in. And I'm like, no. And then they're like, but I'm so tiny and cold. And it's wet and raining and it's a hurricane.
And I'm hungry.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, I have 3 cats.
Yeah, Oliver Twists.
And it was a black...
More?
Another black cat at my back door. So, you know, I got to take him in on general principle alone that Nikki has a partner now.
Marietta and all these restaurants and a farmer's market. There's plenty of rats. There's plenty of cats. They got jobs.
They got jobs.
Apparently, you got the bum cats.
Well, you didn't know. Directly across the street from the live Halloween setup. By the way, when we talk right now on the microphones, yes, the front yard is blinking to our voice.
I bet your neighbors hate that.
I bet you they love it. There you go.
It.
You can see it, but you can't hear it yet. We're still working on that.
I don't. Yep. I got a little something.
Yeah, well, they'll switch. It's actually 1, 2, 2, 2. No, it's in there in the board. I don't have it pointed at
2.
2.
I can count to 2. 3. I can count to 3.
Yes. 4. I put all the DMX in. This is all set up in the past week and a half every day, going after it.
Endorsed by
Jason Gates. Yeah, we're gonna mention his name many times.
JG over there.
Where he ran 2 boards in here and enough cable to string out a small airplane full of cable.
I'm gonna start calling Jason Gates that JG.
Hey, JG.
JG.
JG. It's the sound guys. They're this guy. Sound
hey,
guy.
JG.
Jason. What's up, bro? You watch this later. Probably not, but
he's
you
probably
might.
watching it now. Like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Are they saying anything about me?
Oh my God.
Why am I not there?
Jason's great. Don't get me wrong, but we fall into this category of
he needs to be here for the sound guy.
Yeah, no, he couldn't work, and it's Friday night, so we're winging it. You know, no man in the chair tonight. It's me being in the booth. This is why we're so late.
In the chair.
12:30, we finally got live going. I was like, I can't figure it out. Why aren't the mics loud enough?
I'm angry.
Because the mics will feed back in the control room. This is a no headphones setup, which makes it difficult for you get used to it the minute. You can hear your voice in the background in the monitor, but it's just minor compared to like when we switch over and play music here later, maybe possibly Chris will indulge us, and we'll go from there. So, once again, greetings. This is the opening intro of the first episode of Planet Contract inside of Planet Tour at 127 Powers Ferry Road, Marietta, Georgia. We have a few sponsors we'd like to thank tonight. Schlitz Malt Liquor, we love you. Gotta love that Schlitz, baby. And we also like to thank many other people, but we're not quite there yet. We'd like to thank Chris for showing up. Chris Perea, that's right. If you want to send him money, we'll be adding his link to the bio later where you can forward Chris money for being Chris.
I just quit my job today.
And he just quit his job today. So we're actually,
feel like a winner.
Well, you know what? You don't have to quit. You just have to not be there anymore.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Did I say that, by the way? I guess I did.
You can say whatever you like, sir.
You're cool.
We're not for kids on this podcast, and I turn that kids thing on when you go on there. It says, "Is this for children?" And I'm like, "Definitely not."
No. Okay. So
No.
you said no. Okay.
No,
Okay.
no. But I mean, I would prefer to keep it clean so we don't have to bleep stuff later to hear about
the
it.
bleep stuff is cool. It was in the 90s, anyways. I don't know now.
I hear all of the big YouTube guys bleep their stuff, so. Maybe we just don't say anything. I don't know. I've probably already said something 3 or 4 times. I have no idea. I forgot at one point.
Oh, did you?
I did.
All right.
But we'll see. Anyway, so long story short, this is the intro video. Once again, Chris thanked everybody. It's the
thank you.
5th of October is our Halloween extravaganza month. This channel is dedicated to UFOs, music, conspiracy theories, anything that everyone else is already doing. We'll do some of that too.
You have a camera on a fan?
I do have a camera on a fan.
You Inspector Gadget.
Well, it's a pan and tilt zoom, 360 degree. So I can watch the cats and talk to them while I'm not here and make sure that there's
I'll get you, Gadget.
nobody in the studio when they're not supposed to be.
That's right.
That's right.
Do you have guns?
Dude, look over there. I got 8 cameras with 7 rolling.
Damn.
That's exterior, just to be safe.
I see a shadow cat.
Shadow cat. That's the newest. That's the newest one.
It's the newest bum.
Nikita.
Oh, Oliver Twist.
Nikita.
Hey, kitty.
The killer. The killer Russian, Nikita.
Nikita.
Nicholas's sister. By default.
Nicholas Rage.
Nicholas Rage, which is hilarious. So I've got another black cat that was left to me by my buddy Rodney Hall. God bless his soul. We lost him too soon. He left me his cat by default. And Nicholas has been here ever since and a staple in the household. But he is the most non-threatening animal ever. He just wants sink water and kibble, and he's fine. That's it. That's all he wants. He won't eat anything else.
I got my water from.
Yeah. Speaking of
from
that,
the
let me get my water. I'll be right back.
Get that water udder. I know. See, if you have an aux, I can go ahead and put the IK oscillator, the cord. There's an app right here. IK oscillator. And then you can switch. You can also record everything.
Pretty dope. Yeah, get it.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
And then, yeah, so I've been messing with this for a minute. Wow.
I like it. It's crazy that is on your phone now, and I remember growing up going, oh man, if I could just afford The 606. It's like fucking. Excuse me. It's like really expensive. See, I already did it. It's like expensive, dude. And when you're poor and just have a regular job where you just make, maybe $800, $900 a week if you're lucky, yeah. And that was back in the day. I'm old. I am of the age of 51 now, and I remember when. I remember when I was younger and not as old as I am right now, and things were cheaper. And then I remember, where it's the gas is over $3 everywhere all the time. So
people say, like, why do you suck after like 51? It's like, I've never been 51 before.
Oh, it sucks. It is of the time.
As soon as I get good, I'm 52.
I'm the goddamn grandpa's guitars is my problem. Swiss guard with cut my hair off and had to get a job. That's what happened. I'm the extended version of Swiss guard Squig Elf. and then it's funny. I got to hang out with Brandon once and Brennan, excuse me, and Tim Hurd. Tim Hurd was a roommate of mine for a while.
Man, I haven't seen him in a minute. The last time I seen him, we were working a fest. I think it was Music Midtown, and he found my debit card. Of all people to find my debit card, because
here you go, man. Did you lose your debit card?
Hey, man.
It's like just out of nowhere,
Say
bro.
Holy
I just
Spirit.
happened to look down and was like, I know that guy, Chris Pereira. There's his. Oh, I'll go find him.
That's what he said.
I know. That's fucking straight up motherfucker.
He's like, oh.
Sean, he's an awesome MF.
MF.
See, I can go back and just edit that out later. But yeah.
You got to have the cool. We got to bring back the 90s. The sound is where it's at. The 90s had it all. The 808s. Yeah, 606 now. 808.
Man, like I was saying, I was trying to save money to buy that thing for years, and it was like $700 or $800 when it first came out. I think it was like $1,200 or something, and I was like, "Oh my God!" It takes a card in the front of it. You can just eject a card and put a new card in there.
What was it, like a zip drive?
It's right there. This mother.
Which one? Ah, okay.
The boss. See this little card here?
Show it to the people.
I'll give you a little close-up demonstration of if you can see that, if it's focused or not. This little card, and this is what they gave us back then. Are you ready for this? 8-track digital studio, DR 864, dreaming flashcard. Okay, you ready? 128 megabits. That's right. Compact flash card. 128 megabits. That's what it's for.
Now we just have phones. We don't even need any of that.
So, and then it does this.
Your volume's down.
Just you and me. Just you.
Are we jamming now? Is that what we're doing?
It was reminiscing of the 606 of when I used to want that thing. And then I
How
got,
old were you just then?
when I was just messing with it
Yeah,
2
how
seconds
old were
ago,
you?
like 2,
Were-
3
you were
years
2?
old, I was like,
I
oh
need
my
a
God.
606 when I'm 3.
Uh,
Was it even invented then?
Well, okay, I'll go down the rabbit hole here. Many eons ago, my dad one of his friends was Armin Zildjian, Zildjian Cymbals, and we went to Vermont to go skiing. And when we were skiing in Vermont, I got on my dad's like, you want to go ski solo for a little while? My back is killing me. I'm going to sit here and eat hot dogs and sit by the fire and relax. I'm like, I'm going to go make a couple of runs. So I go riding ski lift up all by myself, and I get on there with this old man.
Old man.
I mean, he's
Grandpas.
got to be 80s. Yeah, grandpa's. Like, if he hits a tree, it's over, bro. And he's got his onesie red ski suit on, and it's like a H&H, which is like way, way old school like mountain hardware kind of jacket and stuff, and it's expensive stuff. Back then, it was probably like $1,200 for the top and bottom. Yeah. Well, you got to think this is 20 years ago. 25? Oh my God! No, wait. 30 years ago. 30. I'd have been 20. No, even longer than that. I was 16. So, yeah. Long time ago.
Long time ago. That was big money then.
Yeah, 38 years ago, something. Anyway, I'm bad with math. Forgive me. Anyway, here's the story. So I'm getting on the lift, and the old guy gets on with me, and he's got this styly-ass suit on, onesie ski suit that's a man's suit, top and bottom.
A man.
Not a onesie, you know what I mean? And he gets on, and he's like, hey, how are you? And we start talking, blah, blah, blah.
You like candy?
He tells me, yeah, totally. He was that old. How you doing, Chris? So anyway, so he says, what, do you have a ski partner? And I'm like, no, my dad's in the chalet at the bottom of the thing. You ski down at the bottom, and there it is.
Yeah.
That's where everybody is.
He's there.
and he's like, well, you want to do some runs? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't really know this place that well. We just got here. Dad and I skied for the first, 3 or 4 hours in the morning, and he's like, eat some lunch, take a break.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm skiing. So he's like, yeah, I'll take you on some runs. I know. Show you the cuts and everything. And this guy gets off the lift, puts on his glasses, and is like, are you ready? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. And he goes right off a triple black diamond.
Oh no.
And I don't know the course, and I've never been there before, and blah blah blah. Remember, he's 80.
Okay.
At least. I mean, he looked 80. He probably wasn't. Anyway, we start skiing down the hill. This guy's like Hot Dog the movie. He's doing onesies and back scratchers off of jumps and stuff. You know what a back scratcher is?
I have no idea what that
That's
is.
when you go off the jump and you tip your skis back and you scratch your back with the skis, and then you throw them down in front of you and land.
Okay.
And he's doing like little whoos like that while he's just on the ground, bouncing off of little bumps and stuff, doing little stuff. And I'm like, dang, this guy can ski.
Man.
So it's John. It's his name. We're hanging out. Blah blah blah. John and I skied for 3 hours together, just back and forth. We were doing some what they call the candlestick or figure eight, where you cross each other's path back and forth like this, and you make this like figure eight shape all the way down the mountain. Well, and then there's a bunch of famous competitions, and one of them, the most famous, is the downhill figure eight, where two synchronized partners synchronize their eights all the way down.
Don't crash. But if they do, ooh, what a show.
Well, right. Well, it's not so much in and out. One's behind the other, making the opposite move. While one goes right, one goes left. And the trick is that they time that in front of each other on a machine in a workout area all day long and stuff. So John and I were doing figure eights for a while. And I was like, man, that was awesome. We did killer down that hill on something that was like, I'm like 16 and he's 80.
Right.
Very unlikely ski pairing. Anyway, nice guy. Hung out, talked to him all day, and fucking got back to the ski chalet. Sat down, speeding the story up. Sat down, Dad's there, and I'm like, Dad, this is John. We've been skiing for the past 3 or 4 hours. It's like, I was worried about you. I didn't know where you went. I wish you'd have come back sooner. Right. And I'm like, I've just,
at the time of my life.
This place is awesome. I'm waiting till I show you what John showed me, all these runs, blah, blah, blah. And the views and stuff are just amazing. They have these spots where they got it dialed in. That's what you're paying for, really. Get your picture taken. So he sits down, starts talking to my dad, and this, that, and the other. And he's like, you guys should come over for dinner to my house tonight. Don't eat this crap again. I'm having a party at my house, and blah, 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 this, that, and the other. He comes to find out my dad knows his buddy Zildjian is going to be there at the party.
Oh.
It's down the street from his house that we were supposed to go to. He's going to the party. So it's a 2-for-1. We were already going to kind of go there, but we didn't know indirectly that he was going to go there.
Right.
He had invited us up for the week to, like, you know, we're going to be in the same area as you, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So we've got invited to the party that everybody's going to, hobnobbing or whatever, right?
Hobnobbing.
Well, it's like
mingle.
you know, it's like, well, there's like the rich guy comes in, he wants to show how rich he is, so he rents a big ass house,
Right.
and then everybody comes and parties there, and he has like a party, and then the other rich guy has a party.
How dare they have parties?
Yeah, well, you know, it's like a place where everybody can meet. That's not a venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Private
becomes
events are
a-
always better. Wow.
that's what and it sounds like a P. Diddy party after
Right.
actually. I imagine there was some lube in the closet somewhere.
Yeah.
Had to be a lot of it.
And candy. You
And
like candy, boy?
So anyway, John invites us over. We go over and we get there and blah blah. And it's a castle on the side of a mountain, like a castle.
If I was rich, I'd have a castle on a mountain.
John, the guy I've been skiing with all day, the old guy.
He's like, hey, man, this is cool.
You know, I mean, this is like
I'll show you around.
this is straight up baller shit, like
Yeah.
baller, like in control and baller. Like when we were coming up the highway, you could see the castle up on the side of the mountain.
Damn. That's
And-
awesome.
Yeah, bang, way up there, big motherfucker.
Dracula's right up there. Hey, see, it's coming.
It's amazing.
Bad Stokers.
We pulled in and there was like a pasture, like a horse pasture, is far as you could see, and it was all gravelled, and there was parking. You could park 1,000 cars there, maybe.
Damn.
That's how much fucking space you had to
Like
park.
all the way around the mountain, or just like
No,
one
just
of
in
those-
this one big flat spot off the
Damn.
side of the house. That's how big the fucking property was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like you'd have to get a shuttle to pick people up.
Valet.
No, like a golf cart thing.
Oh,
You had like a 4 or 6 seater. And he would haul people back and forth with on there. But anyway, we show up and there's valet parking running all of that. Park the car, shady rental car, get out, go in. I'm like, Dad, this is amazing. I can't
Right.
believe that we got invited. I thought that John had just invited us to this party. I didn't realize that this was actually John's house that we went to. When we got to the door, there's fucking John standing there like the butler, greeting people
Huh.
into the house.
Did he have a towel?
No, but he was showing people to the coat check area where there was girls for the coat check, and then there was a men's coat check area in the house, in the castle, in the entranceway.
Damn.
And then there's this whole grand floor ballroom that it opens up to.
Yeah.
And it's like a king's castle inside. It has the main room and then offshoots of that room, and then there's an upstairs area that's like totally isolated.
That's awesome.
It's like 17 rooms or something like that,
Right.
18 rooms.
And how old
something.
were you then?
16.
16. When I was 16.
Yeah, no shit. So here's what's even crazier.
Right.
In the house, while we're there, I got to meet Zildjian,
Mhm.
and Zildjian, my dad. Armin Zildjian. His wife's name was Andy. So it's Armin and Andy.
Armin and Andy.
That was he would always say, "We're going to Armin and Andy's,"
Hmm.
and I'd be like, "I don't know who the fuck Armin and Andy is." I always thought it was like a candy or something.
Right.
You know, Armin and Andy candy. It's like a
Yeah, you don't meet many chicks named Andy.
right. And I always thought it was weird, but Armin and Andy were at the party, and I met them both and became good friends with them, and my dad is friends with her and them, and everything was. They're all since passed away, I'm sure by now. The party, because this is where it gets even crazier. We're talking to them and blah blah blah, and I've just met Zildjian from Zildjian Symbols, and I'm
Make
like,
symbols
fucking.
for the world.
And I had no idea at the time, you know. I just it wasn't that big a deal back then for some reason. You know, to somebody else it may have been, to a musician.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no idea at the time, you know. It hadn't scaled quite to me in brain power yet. Who it was or whatever. They had a private drummer come in and play this impossible drum kit. We had like 28 pieces or something in a big half circle with the, like elaborate everything.
I'd hit it.
Oh man, it was like opposite side. Obviously Zildjian's had something to do with it and put it in the kit there, and they had a very nice Jamaican fellow, I believe. I don't know. He played drums. Professional drummer came in and killed it with a piano guy, and yeah, they had drums and piano, and he was like, he played everything. Literally, they were like playing do do do. They were playing, just light jazz, dancing music, kind of listening, ambient in the background.
Right. With a big ass kit, dudes.
And then they played like top 40 dance music at the end.
Proper.
Like old school stuff, and then the piano guy. I'm just too young to remember all the songs, but I know that they were like 70s hits, that old people liked. I'm sure that they would have maybe, I mean, I only remember parts of the party. I remember that I was like running around. I was a little kid hanging out with this girl who was there who was like 18 years old, and she took me through the castle.
Is that where you lost your virginity?
No, I wish it was. Because I would be probably not in this position right now at this moment. But it's possible.
Anything is possible.
Yes, so the story's still going, and I'll daisy chain down the rest of it. So that being said, at that point, I was like whirling around the castle. She showed me stuff. There was a hidden door in the back of the closet behind, like, George Washington's fucking outfit.
So now we're getting into Clue.
I opened the closet door, and there was all these colonial outfits.
Like, it was Colonel Mustard.
Like, no, like fucking the fucking real deal. There was a red coat in there.
With the candlestick.
There was some. There was a red coat in there, full regalia. Right. There was a blue Civil War stuff. Yeah. I pushed on the door, and she opened it up this way, and it slid into the wall and out, and then opened. It was fucking cool as fuck. Like that's old school. Like they put hinges on a piece of wood. And a little piece of wood in between the two hinges. So that if you tried to open it, it wouldn't have opened. Right? Like you wouldn't have felt like it wouldn't have been a door. It was just a piece of trim.
Hinge on hinge, is that what you said?
It was like a hinge on the corner facing this way on the side of the trim.
Okay.
And then there was a hinge coming out this way. So you had to kind of do like this. And then the door would open. Otherwise, it was just a trim box on the wall in the closet.
Interesting.
Like ornate looking.
I've always wanted a secret room like that.
Push the whole thing this way and then open and pull it out, and it would open.
Did it creak though?
Oh fuck yeah! It was old wooden door thing, like super elaborate castle kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're in a castle.
I dropped my microphone. Anyway, we cut through there, and it goes to this room above the garage. That's like a man cave. On another level.
A man cave in a castle? That has to be awesome.
Above the garage, right? So it's like, and it's got stairs down the other side that go into the garage. So it's like trap door to the bedroom into the secret area where nobody goes and it's not supposed to go in there because there's like expensive
Frankenstein.
Probably real Civil War suits and stuff in there. Just hanging up in there.
Like Batman cowls.
Curly wig kind of shit, white wig.
Oh no.
Yeah, like
colonial.
Yeah, colonials.
All red coats.
Let's finish this story, and then we're going to move on to Chris.
Because I got a skiing story. It is not as cool as yours.
Oh man! So it gets better. So
it gets better. Okay.
So she takes me downstairs. We're hanging out. We're drinking, partying, whatever. I'm having soda and Coke, Coke and Crown. She's found a small bottle of Crown, and we're drinking Coke and Crowns. And we walk downstairs, and the second we walk downstairs, boom! A huge explosion goes off, and like the whole house shakes. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the guy has a full working cannon out on the deck, and he's firing a cannon from the Civil War, and everybody's standing around it going, holy Jesus, that just went. He's like, all right, everybody, this is for real. We're going to light this cannon off.
Right.
And we missed all of that. We just walked downstairs.
And you didn't lose your virginity.
No. And
You just had Jack and Coke and a beautiful guide.
well, my dad and I took off, and they went, 16. I can't. I'm going to take that girl off in the woods or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't that illustrious of
And you got a castle. You could have went to any of those closets. I mean, there's 16
Yeah, okay,
or
so
26.
the story gets better. So
Okay.
she knows the castle, right?
Yeah.
How does she know the castle?
It's John's daughter.
It's probably John's granddaughter, more than likely, right?
because
she's
he's 80.
like 18 or
Okay,
17.
that makes sense.
And
Math.
he's 80. Yeah, math. Hey. So I can count to 4.
4. What comes after 4?
So it's probably his granddaughter, whatever. We come downstairs, the cannon goes off. Boom! Cannon, yay.
Yeah.
Dad comes over to me and goes, do you know whose house we're at? And I go, John's house. And he goes, yeah, John D. Rockefeller.
What?
I go, really? John D. Rockefeller? Who's that? He's like the most richest man in the world. He's one of them. And I'm like, really? You mean John, the little man, old man that I've been riding around with, going skiing all day?
Give him candy.
Is John D. Rockefeller? I mean, I was like, he's like, just kept looking at me like. It's like, you've been hanging out with him all day, and he invited us over for dinner, and it's the same place that Arm and Andy were going to, and it's so ironic, weird, bizarre, beyond, and I missed out on that opportunity. I can't even remember that girl's name, but I guess I could figure it out.
Yeah, she
shouldn't
should
be
be on
too
the
hard.
internet, right?
It shouldn't be too hard. I could figure it out somehow.
This is your chance. This is the love letter.
God, I think many eons ago. And I don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember anything about her really. I remember she was cute, but I just remember she was way out of my league. So I never really. I was just like, oh, okay.
So you had the buffering.
Yeah, buffering face. Oh, duh. Well, all right, I guess you know where things are in this place.
That's crazy, man. That's so amazing. That's just amazing. Yeah. You know what?
Pretty crazy.
My skiing, I went skiing once, and it was over in North Carolina. I forget what the name of the mountains were, but we went there. It was the only family vacation that me and my family did too. On top of that, because we were silk screening shop, and basically I was a child laborer back then. I was 10. But later on, when we went to the skiing, it was more like I was, I think, 14. And we were killing it on the bunny slopes and everything like that. Never skied before, but, we skateboarded or whatever. So we were kind of okay, me and my brother, we had our balance.
Skiing's easy.
Yeah. So me and
Until
Deshaun.
you ski.
Yeah, we kept on going up and up, up the hill. And then finally, Dad's like, yeah. Why don't we go on the Black Diamond? I'll take Deshaun. And then Todd, which is my dad's drummer, Todd Goodwin, he's like, you take Chris. I'm like, all right, cool. So we're going, yeah, drummer, because Todd Goodwin, he taught me a lot about drums and stuff like that growing up. So, we're big buddies, mentor. Anyways, we finally go up to the Black Diamond, right? He's like, all right, I think you're ready. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. So we're going, and I just went for it, right? And I'm just gunning it. All right, and here's my story of the old man, okay? And it ain't no Rockefeller. I hit this guy so hard. I didn't even see him there. He was he was kind of stepping down. Yeah, it was that's not what you do on the Black Mountain or Black Diamond. And I went, zoom, bam, and just hit him big time. And anyways.
Yard sale.
Yeah, totally yard.
Stuff's everywhere.
Skis, yeah, stuff, gloves, mittens, all that shit.
Half price.
So anyways, I don't know where he was from, but he was like, what are you, some evil Knievel, huh? You run down mountain, you hit old men? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It mortified me. Todd, he finally catches up, and he's like, oh my God, what happened? He's like, he just sees an old man yelling at his, buddy's kid. He's like, hey, get the fuck out of here. So old man goes, and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. He's like, all right, here's your skis, all that stuff. Are you ready to go down? But it totally broke my confidence, all right? I sucked ever since then. And, like, going down the mountain, okay, it gets darker and darker as the sun goes down. And now I have ice instead of snow, really. And I'm like, just falling down the friggin' mountain, more than I was skiing. All right, my mom and dad were kind of worried. Dad and Deshaun came down first, right? And mom's like, okay, so where's Chris and Todd? And like, oh, they're coming down here in a minute. And then they keep on seeing, like, people coming down in, like, the gurney ski or whatever. And she's like, all right, it's not Chris. And then he's like, I'm sure he's okay. Another one comes down. He's like, God damn it. So finally I do come down, but Todd and I were just like exhausted at this point, and yeah, no Rockefeller. I think we had a corn dog afterwards.
Corn dog. I had a corn dog for dinner.
Short and sweet, right?
I had some cookout corn dog for dinner last night or tonight. It was one of my sides.
But yeah, that was my first skiing and last skiing, because you just have to know your limitations, and snow is not my thing.
Yeah, see, so where you ski is really important. So, like, if you go skiing out west and, like, anywhere else other than Georgia or in the North Carolina area, you're going to get, like, decent snow, which is a totally different kind of snow than the snow you get the other side of the Mason-Dixon line. That snow sucks, okay?
That snow is humid snow.
There's a lot of that spray snow that turns to ice cap, and you're
Dude, it was bad.
the whole way.
If I had seriously some ice skates, I probably could have had.
Oh, ice skate down the mountain. Oh my God, Death Wish 5000. You
got to set new goals. Set the
That's
bar.
some jackass stuff right there for sure.
Yeah, with Roman candles and bottle rockets.
Yeah, you don't even need that though. I mean, this is straight Death Wish with the long skates on. There's like speed skates.
Or the smoke. What are those smoke flares or whatever? You're going down. So.
You'd need it. You need an edge like an inch wide though, just so that you wouldn't just
sink in. Or cut into the snow.
Cut into the snow immediately. Yeah. Anyway, so enough about skiing. But Chris was in the movie business up until today, apparently.
No. The movies have been slow as hell. They're just gone for right now. I think there's only like 25 productions going on.
So tell us more. Tell us more about the inside dirt.
Well, that's all I really know. MCU went to
that's not a lot.
Across the pond. Netflix went.
Wait. MCU went where? Across the pond. Oh, to England, I guess.
And also I heard like South Africa. I'm not too sure because I'm not there.
South Africa,
yeah.
huh?
Well,
they moved the whole thing to South Africa?
Some of it is what I was told anyways. But I don't know enough about that, really. I just know that...
the MCU theory was that they could just, go to those locations now that they have the budget,
They got a budget.
Right, and they can do a bunch of pre-shooting for really cheap, and compared to having to bring the actors there, they can just shoot the backgrounds and then add the actors later to the backgrounds.
AI thing. That's the whole reason why the strike was going on. That and also the writers.
Yeah, I mean, think about like in production, post, and like being able to have the whole background filmed already in 360, and your film angles already filmed. Then you can go in and just put the actor wherever in the scene, and it automates it, I mean, it makes it a lot easier than having to make everybody be there and then get the weather right and then film it and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that takes jobs away. I hate that.
I hate that as well. I mean, that's just part of, like, the avant-garde of filming, I guess, at some point. It's the same thing with music, though. I mean, obviously.
You got green screen right there. You can
us
put me on Mars.
us two dinosaurs here play actual instruments still. So
What's wrong with us?
we are
Stuck in our
lucky
ways.
tonight. There will be no guitar because I need to restring my guitar because I put some 52s on it, and it didn't like that.
Bass guitars.
Basically, some 52s and 9s. 52 to 9. So it's all heavies on top and it's like beedly, beedly, beedly on the bottom. It sounds pretty cool, actually.
That's kind of like Jim Carrey, like describing.
It just won't hold the tune. Yeah, it just won't. It won't hold the tune very well. So I have like any kind of like more than a few minutes and we're out of tune again.
Yeah. So anyway, so like since the movies have been out, right?
Yes, tell me.
I went and I got a
Tell
handyman
us.
job, right? not a hand job, a handyman gig. Fixing commercial properties. And
How
stuff
many
like
penises do you fix a day?
That. 2, maybe.
I fixed 3 myself today.
Yeah. They had me driving like all over the place, and eventually the coordinator he just wasn't very coordinated. In my
that
opinion.
is always an issue. Coordinators are generally not coordinated for some reason.
Yeah, and really he was just a dispatcher, and over the phone, and he's from Chicago.
See.
So there's here I am, a proper southerner, and then you got, hey, what are you doing over there? Huh? I'm like, God, just let me do my job. Don't micromanage me. Quit calling me. I got this. Just I either need more hours or I need materials. That kind of deal, because you have to approve, time and stuff like that. So that's how I'm getting paid. So the entire day, even though I'm getting paid hourly, the entire day I'm not getting paid, and that was not cool. I'm getting paid for drive time, but then in between, as I'm waiting for approval, those minutes add up that I'm not getting paid. So I'm just like, man, that's not cool. And then on top of that, they just have nothing but attitude and asking way above and beyond the Call of Duty. And I'm only getting maybe $100, $150 a day, and I'm like, nah, that ain't cool, And so with the attitude and everything like that, and the motivation going less and less because the cash is also less and less.
What's the name of the place?
I'm not gonna.
Come on.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm
Drop
gonna
the
say
bomb.
this: I'm not working for them anymore. I like the owner; he's cool, but unfortunately, the rest of the dispatchers are not cool. So that's why I quit on that one.
Dispatchers.
But the cool thing is, I did get a non-union film gig that's paying pretty decent. So I can't wait to start that on Wednesday. So that's
What's
cool.
that? I thought you just quit your job and you were all game to go work.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's just intermittent, though.
Intermittent, yeah. It's like 2
Gotcha.
weeks or something like that.
2 weeks. Gotcha.
And probably not even a solid 2 weeks. But hey, whatever.
What is it? What's the name? Do you
I'm
know?
not gonna say it. Can't say it.
Oh, can't say.
But the thing is that.
So tell us about the. Okay, so I'm very interested in the movie stuff, but tell us about the storm stuff you just did.
The storms. Oh God. All right, that was the handyman gig, and so I had a pallet and a half in this minivan of sand. Okay, they're all 50 bags, or 50-pound bags, and there was 56 in a pallet. So yeah, I had more than that. I probably had 70 bags in this little minivan, and it was funny.
Sandbags.
Sandbags. Oh, shut your face. Anyways, so I'm sandbagging it. That's right. Anyway, so
We'll tell you that story later.
yeah. Anyways, so I had to go to all these different academies, for pre-K or something like that, and so it was after hours, and it had to sandbag all the doors and everything like that.
Where was this?
For the hurricane.
For the hurricane in
or
North
the tropical
Carolina,
storm here.
South Carolina.
No, definitely.
Where was this?
I feel bad for South Carolina. This was over here in Georgia, but they have me going all over the place, because one's over in Dahlonega, the other one's over here in Noonan. I did a lot of driving, and they put as much as they possibly could. And I can only do maybe 2 because geographically speaking, they were just too far away. for me to physically. Yeah, that was your cat, your shadow demon.
Wow. Was that the cat?
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I got my workout. I got my steps in. That was fun. Driving in the rain, that was real fun. In Georgia, Jesus. I should have just went home.
Oh, God.
I'm going to get some more water.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think Nicholas is throwing up on the carpet in there, so we're gonna take a small break here of nobody being here in the room for a minute for some reason. Ooh. You know what that means? That means that there's a loose cable somewhere. Just in time for the sample to be over. I was playing piano previously. And then record it again. Hopefully that sounded good through the transfer. We're going to find out. I don't even know. We've been talking this whole time, and I have no idea whether or not it's been recording. It sounds...
And we probably just have video of us, holding mics, talking, but you can't hear nothing.
I mean, it says it's got the little red dot down there. You know what? Let me go check again. Just open.
Red dot. On air. Oh, it's almost time to jam.
We've talked for 53 minutes. I talked for probably 10.
You did great.
Yeah.
I don't have the stories you have. Rockefeller.
That's tip of the iceberg, bro. This is why I'm the host. I've seen it all.
Right.
I've seen it all.
I've seen some things.
I served George Bush.
Stuff.
I put ribs on his plate.
Oh, damn. McRibs?
Cooked ribs. Texas-style ribs. So when Hurricane Ike and Katrina hit,
oh, wow.
my buddy called me and said, hey, I got this catering gig. I sold FEMA.
Oh.
And I've got all this footage and crazy shit on these mini tapes I just found in my closet like the other day.
Microfilms.
Oh, man. I get some crazy shit, too. Like, they talk about, here's some conspiracy for you. If you go to Texas, and I can only tell you because I know because I've been there, and right outside of Houston, there are oil refineries all up and down this little river, this canal that they fish these fucking... Dude, we're like... Okay, so when we went there, they put us at Houston Hobby Air Force Base. They made us check in our pull-behind trailer, right, which was a food truck, driving food truck, like van thing, that was the griddle and all that. And then behind us, I was driving a 14-foot box truck that we built into a cooler and a prep cook.
Right.
So you could cook bacon, and it had ovens in there, stand-up ovens with propane. And
propane accessories.
Yeah, propane and propane accessories. Damn it, Bobby! Just anyway, we had all this shit set up inside of there, stuff set up inside of there, and we went there and served plates of food. We set up everything. We had it all, it was like the real deal. $70 a plate. I think he charged 180 plates a day, 3 times a day.
Damn.
It was a lot of work. I worked 18-hour days. It felt like I couldn't feel that I had feet by the end of the day.
Zombie feet.
Zombie feet. After like 7 or 8 days, I couldn't feel my feet anymore. They were just big, heavy things that I was lifting and moving.
Right.
It was very strange. One of the coolest parts was that when I went to wash the dishes, the place that I washed the dishes was where they de-iced the Black Hawk helicopters and the attack helicopters, the Cobras.
Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra. They get these little Blue Thunders or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. I'm not technical for military, blah blah. But the helicopter is pulling up right when I'm cleaning all of the dishes off, and it had so much static discharge off of it that I could feel it through the hotel pan that I was holding.
Damn.
And the guy in the helicopter was like, "Drop it, drop it, drop it," and I dropped it. And as I dropped the hotel tray, I felt it like almost like was gonna shock the crap out of me. Like really bad. Like really bad. So you're not supposed to hold your rifle when you get next to the helicopter.
Really?
Well, and then that used to be a thing because it's the metal in the helicopter and the rotation off of there puts all the static discharge and zap the fuck out of you.
Damn.
So anyway, long story
That should be
short,
a band name, Static Discharge.
Yeah, except for the discharge part.
Anyways, go.
Yeah, right.
Continue
See, no more discharge, thanks.
your
Seen
Cobra Static
Yeah.
Discharge.
So we get there, they check us in, and everything's blah blah blah. I'm cleaning. We've done our first day. I'm doing hotel trays. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm in the dark with this one tiny light that I got going on. But the hose that I'm using is a red hose, like it had to be 1.5 inches around, and it's blowing 170-degree hot water out the end of it. So, and it's like a pressure washer. It's for spraying helicopters, military helicopters off, right?
Goddamn.
It's got a pump and a thing and a gas power and all this.
Bump and a thing.
That's the whole 9 yards. If you just flip the switch, it's going all the time.
Right.
It's there, running all the time, ready for hot water. But de-icing, this is to blast the choppers off with it. I'm cleaning the dishes with it, and I got all the hotel trays lined up against the curb, and I'm spraying them from 10 feet away. And the steam coming off of this thing it's insane. Anyway, so the whole reason we went there is because everywhere was flooded 10 feet underwater. Hurricane Ike hit, or Katrina hit first.
Yeah.
Then we went and we did Katrina. 1 year to the date, we had to go back and do Hurricane Ike. And the exact same places were hit again that the military had just fixed and spent eons of money on. I mean, bro, you just don't even imagine the bases there that guard that. Okay, so that little canal that comes through there, and it's, the other place they send us is the real deal, but that's the port input where like the ship comes out of the Gulf and physically enters inside of Texas.
Why do you have to say it like that? Enters inside of
The
Texas.
big ship enters Texas. Side port.
Get your beard
Right in the armpit. Right in the armpit in the Louisiana area. So that's the real deal. We went there later. But in the beginning, they got us in staging because they want to check us out, eat the food, make sure that we're good, blah, blah, blah. Because Eric has just gotten the regular gig to come on and do all this stuff. Well, we cook such awesome food and make the best stuff ever. And, I mean, we had like I can't say that the part that sucked the most was all the working. But the food was amazing. I mean, we had shrimp and steaks and everything that you could imagine that you could want, we had it. You want a chicken sandwich? You got it. You want a steak chicken sandwich? I'll make it for you. You want a steak, egg, and chicken sandwich?
You got it, baby.
Oatmeal, fruit. I mean, all of the fixings all the time. There was an oatmeal. That's how much stuff we had. There was an oatmeal table with 3 kinds of oatmeal and like 9 fruits and all the fixings of sprinkles and everything you can put on there.
You had sprinkles?
Mm. Like chocolate chip sprinkles, or
chocolate chip sprinkles.
dude, I'm telling you,
$5 sprinkles.
dude, it was balling out. It was like, okay, so Eric did all this movie stuff.
Okay.
He owns a restaurant in Memphis called Fuel now, and it's all like vegan stuff that I'm sure is totally awesome because somehow he makes everything taste amazing. So go check out Fuel Restaurant there in Memphis if you get a chance. Tell him that I sent you if you want. I don't know. Maybe I haven't talked to him in a
Tell him
while.
that Large Marge sent you.
Yeah, Eric and I have a love-hate relationship because he wants workers, and I fell apart, man. Honestly, that was one of those jobs where I worked so hard at doing that job that it broke me, and I just got tired of
No more dishes with the high
Oh my
powered
God,
steam.
dude! No kidding.
De-icer.
Yeah, that stuff was like crazy, because everything was underwater. So when all that stuff went underwater, all of the facilities, the kitchen, the everything's done. You can't use it anymore. They just fucking roped it off.
Wow.
Because it was 10 feet underwater, So, even the bathrooms and everything, it's like everything's portable now. So we just went out on site and set up everything. Every time we went somewhere, it was tarps and tents.
I wonder if we'll go back to the nomadic lifestyle. If say like the climate got bad, like I don't know, like Mad Max style.
It's just like being in the military, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like being in the military. It's exactly the same scenario that they're already doing right now.
I'm thinking about getting a camper myself or an RV. Do the nomadic lifestyle of being retired before I'm retired.
There's a lot to see out there, Chris.
I know. I've only seen a little bit of it, and I've seen a lot more than a lot of people have.
Me too, as well. Yeah, a lot more than a lot of people. But I mean, as a whole, just the learning curve of getting out there and doing it was a lot. Plus, the isolation of that job, being isolated, just not, I want to go to Walmart.
No Rockefeller granddaughter.
I want to go to Walmart. There's no Walmart.
Oh, damn.
Walmart was 10 feet underwater.
Yeah, you ain't gonna pick
so
up a date.
so I had to
Walmart.
so I had to drive from Houston to Austin.
Right.
And when I got to Austin, I had to go to Costco, and I would spend with Eric. I would spend $7,000-8,000 at Costco in food.
Good God.
Just food, and that was for the week.
Hey, making me hungry.
Oh man, me too. $7,000 or $8,000, and that was like most of the week's food, like 10 racks of ribs, 20 pounds of steak, and that's for today and tomorrow.
That cat is like totally making its rounds. It's like a marathon cat.
Oh, it's the kitten. She does her thing. Anyway, it was super cool. We did catering. We catered to the president. Air Force One landed, and we fed him on the runway, basically. We had everything all laid out. We had all the Secret Service. We had all the heads of state, and we had feed everybody. Fed him so good that George Bush told us that we needed to go to Sabine Pass and take care of his boys. And Sabine Pass is the Coast Guard base that guards all the incoming oil tankers coming in, 180 ATF Coast Guard and somebody else I can't remember. I always forget. They were like super badasses. They have these gunboats that they drive are, man, like, yeah, like, what's the smell of napalm in the morning?
What, Full Metal Jacket?
No,
Platoon?
no, the original, Scorsese.
Yeah,
Brando.
that's Platoon.
Platoon, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, with Charlie Sheen's dad. What's his name?
No. See, now that's again, that's
Marlon Brando was in Platoon.
maybe.
He was the bad guy. He was the one that he had
I
to
think
go.
you're mixing up two different movies.
Maybe I'll make my own movie.
Martin Sheen is
Sheen.
the guy I'm thinking of,
Yeah,
and
in
Brando.
Platoon. And Marlon Brando, yeah, that's Platoon. That's Platoon. Hey, look it up. Hey Siri, who played in the movie Platoon?
Platoon features Charlie Sheen, Willem
Charlie
Dafoe,
Sheen.
Forrest Whitaker, and others.
Charlie Sheen.
Martin Sheen and Marlon Brando played in a war movie.
Oh wow. Maybe I did get 'em.
Apocalypse Now. I can't believe I
Apocalypse
couldn't.
Now. Yeah, you're right.
I'm so bad.
You're right. Well, all right. So
It's late. I'm sorry, folks.
I was off a sheen.
He was off a sheen. Just a tiny sheen off. So Apocalypse Now gunboat.
Give me cat.
Oh,
Apocalypse Now. Though. Continue.
yeah. The gunboat that they have in that they drive up a river. It's just an old metal boat, and they got a gun on it and blah, blah. This thing was 35 feet long. They had a crew of 5, and there was a MIDI gun on the front of it, and there was 4 of them. Damn. That was just those guys, and they were just the
mowers.
They go out there and park. They're
Right.
like the cops who park at the entrance of the party.
Yeah, you're cute, but you bother my stuff.
So like the cops at the party who park out front. Whoop, whoop. Oh, hey. Oh, we see you. Okay, you're coming in. All right, just so you know, we can destroy your entire boat with these 2 guns right here.
Whoop, whoop.
And just in case, we have 2 more right behind you.
Damn.
And the guys tell me these stories of these guys who get close.
Yeah.
And they're like, the only times that they've ever had to really do anything 2 or 3 times was somebody got close in the boat.
Don't get close.
And
You don't know me, and you never will.
They fired the gun off at him. Yeah, and
mowed him down.
No, off into the sky just to scare them because don't
random
wanna,
bullets.
Well, you sink the thing. Now you got to deal with saving that person.
I think if you're shooting at them, I'm pretty sure you would want to.
If they're
shoot
shooting
them?
you can't shoot unless shot upon is the problem.
Okay.
Right, that's kind of
That's
whole.
why I'm not in the army or in the any forces.
That's kind of the whole Trump thing. That's what they were all bitching about, right? Is the shoot before the shot before the shot, right? Do you shoot him because he's got a gun and he's gonna shoot? Does he just hold a gun and look at it and never shoot? Do you 3-round burst in the head at 100 yards?
Goddamn.
And he's done. That's why it took him so long to figure out who he was, because there wasn't anything left.
What the assassination guy?
Yeah, shooter,
Jesus.
Trump shooter. Well, you can hear it. That goes off right after he's like pow, pow, pow.
There was 8 shots total, wasn't it?
Something like that, and then there was pow, pow.
Done.
And that guy was done. And the guy, instead of one-shotting him, because he went to allegedly a prone shooting stance with his. Once he saw the guy was firing, he moved to fire and fired and triple shot. Pow, pow, pow. Yeah. Allegedly, this is what I've read somewhere, heard something. I'm sure, right. and that's where I'm getting that from. Maybe I just am accumulating that through evidence that I heard. It's like 7 shots or something. And only 3 were fired by the shooter, allegedly.
See, I never heard that part.
3 to 4.
I didn't look into it too deep afterwards. It was just like, okay, Trump's good.
Dude, the whole thing was a setup.
I think it was.
I mean, it was like, if it wasn't it's like the guy said in court. It was just talking about it. It was an investigation into it just last week, I think, when he was like, if it wasn't a setup, it was clearly blatant disregard for protocol on a level that is like unheard of, yeah, unacceptable.
Wasn't there another person that died in the crossfire?
Yeah, the innocent bystander in it, the husband of the family.
Oh man,
died.
Sucks.
Yeah, and hardly anybody talks about that guy. Trump's mentioned him a couple of times, but
yeah.
Anywho,
Legacy
well,
media for you.
Yeah, Legacy Media. Well, it's that Christian Coalition Foundation. That's what it is. If anybody knows about that, that's the real deal.
Oh, I don't know.
Really?
I barely watch anything. I am like totally a caveman now. I'm a cellar dweller.
So like iHeartMedia and all those.
I don't know it.
iHeartRadio. No.
The
largest streaming radio thing ever.
Never heard of it.
Wow. Anyway.
They need a louder radio.
Chris is more of a caveman than I am. it's like what's his fuck?
What's this fuck?
You know that guy from Atlanta?
Narrowing it down.
He's on MTV.
MTV.
Little tiny guy.
Tiny guy.
Yep. He's a talk show host. He's like super popular.
You said yep. I'm thinking of Joe Pesci.
He's
So I'm a
was-
supermodel.
He was on like American Idol or something for years. I can't remember his name now. You know what I'm talking about. He's got blonde hair.
Blonde hair. Now I have no idea who you're talking about.
Still skinny guy. I can't remember his name.
Skinny guy with blonde hair, American Idol, Atlanta dude.
Talk show host. Okay, it's like Jimmy Kimmel's name. It's like it's that popular, but it's not.
I don't watch TV. That's even though.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
See,
I'm sorry I failed you.
See, dude, you're gone already. He does rockin' New Year's Eve every year.
Nope. I don't even watch television on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
I watch a clock, an analog clock, not even a digital.
This arm, I think.
The only thing that's digital is like my drums and my computers and stuff like that. When I
That would
record
make
music.
sense.
Yeah, anything. I mean, yeah, everything else is analog. Like you go in my house,
My computers are digital.
they're totally digital. Hey man, we've come a long way from cranking and cogwheeling and computing. Way back in the day, like the ancient Greek computer that they found. Yeah,
The Antikythera.
Antikythera. That's
Yeah.
right. I know that shit. I don't know pop culture.
That's right. Well, Greek is like the shit, right? It's like once you learn Greek, you're like a whole different person.
A whole new world.
Yeah, it's like
Don't you dare close your eyes.
It's like 8,000 phrases in Greek or something like that, or
Damn.
in the language, and there's like 3,200 in Hebrew or something. That gives you any kind of idea.
That I did not know.
1,500, I think, in Hebrew.
I'm not a language guy. I'm not a linguist.
It's like Greek is like going to space, and all the other languages are like I only know of a mountain. That's all I know. That's the space exists. They don't even know it exists. It's like that's how far apart the two are. In like it's like Greek was like 2,000 years people spoke Greek.
Wow.
So you got to think about like how many like
What are you
really.
doing over there? You ain't straighten shit out.
Anyway, yeah. So you think of like dialects of different types of people who speak different types of Greek in various places, and it's like what's that movie with Brad Pitt? What's him on with dogs?
Yeah,
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
That was a great movie. I need to rewatch it again.
Yeah. I like that one.
Why is everybody going after my bag? Come on now. You have the craziest eyes, cat. Look at you.
Does it smell like pasta?
It's like bugs or something like that. Like old bug-eyed.
That's old Nicholas. Nicholas, you make an
Nicholas
appearance?
Rage. Don't look at me with those ragey eyes. Jesus. Cat has some rage issues.
Nicholas Rage.
You've heard of Nicolas Cage, but have you ever heard of Nicolas Rage? It's a cat. It has problems.
Crying. It's so funny.
Don't you look at me like that.
It's the perfect nickname for him because it's the opposite of exactly who he is. There's no rage whatsoever.
None.
Just bewilderment. Huh? What? What? Constant. Every time he looks at you, you're like, huh?
Woo.
And that's how he is, too. He's just like, just pet me. I just want you to pet me. He lays on the bed and holds my hand at night when I'm holding the remote.
With the paw in your hand.
He puts his paw out on my hand and holds this. Looks up at me.
He's like, you should be petting me.
You should be petting me. Exactly. I drop the remote and start petting him.
He's like, that's better.
That's better. And then this little monster has moved on to the end of the bed, and she is up all night long, 3 a.m. And they've torn the bottom of the bed out, the underside of the bed, the liner.
They'd be kicked out.
And now they're in the bed at
No.
3 a.m. bouncing on. I mean, it's like a ghost in my bed.
Eh. Speaking of, I had a dream of a ghost. And I was like, I literally woke up every time, like an hour on the hour, like actually scared, like what the, like weirded out, kind of deal. It was like, that happened like last night, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then of course, like my roommate's like, oh, don't tell me that, I'm so scared. So,
who's your roommate? A poo?
No, Carolina. She's Mexican.
Oh,
So
yeah.
She has a really thick accent. I just have a poor accent.
Oh, okay. You sounded like an Indian guy from The Simpsons.
A
A poo.
Scared,
Thank you. Come again.
Yeah, no, a poo.
More squishy, please.
No, but and then after I told her, then she wanted to tell me her ghost stories.
Sure, she's got some.
Yeah, she has some for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, bring her over sometime. She'll tell you all different types of stuff.
oh, good. I like that.
Your cat looks like almost like it should be a Batman character trapped in a cat.
Yes, she's adorable. I have all kinds of, we're going on some time here. We need to move on to the music portion and call tonight. It's getting late. So part 2 of that is we will talk about ghosts, werewolves, and skinwalkers. And I've got all those out back, right outside, and out here every day. We're going to drop the UFO bombshell. If anyone's listening at this point, even still, it doesn't matter. See, we're so far into the rabbit hole now that I doubt anybody would even hear this. But I've been filming UFOs right over there in the sky every day.
Not a drone, not a weather
Every
balloon.
day.
Every day.
They look different. There's some kind of new shape. There's I got one that's a diamond shape.
You don't think it's a drone that are like flying in a diamond? They
It'd
got
be
those
too
now.
big. It'd be too big.
They would.
And here's the, once you learn photography of ratio to scale of objects and distance, and it's like really basic and simple to figure these mathematical problems out, that this object is this big and it's that far away. It's gotta be 40 feet across.
Who built the
30
Egyptian
feet
pyramids?
across. The pyramids were probably built by, I would definitely say, aliens.
I knew you were gonna say it.
The aliens.
Anunnaki.
No,
Right.
well, the Anunnaki is it may be actually true. They don't know that the Anunnaki really exists. That is a.
But who built the pyramids in Mexico?
The pyramids in Mexico have 2 different builders.
Okay.
Two different builders. So, like the Aztec stuff that you went and saw,
Yeah,
tell me about that. I mean, you could
Actually,
we could go off that whole rabbit hole. That could be a whole other show. Chris went to.
I have to develop a slideshow for you. Yeah, I went to Merida.
You're
Chichen
in
Itza.
Marietta.
Yeah.
This is Marietta. You're in.
No, Merida. It's like
So you left Marietta
It's like
and went to South America.
I went to South America.
And
Merida.
you went to Merida.
Merida. Yeah, and
Merida.
Chichen Itza is
And
the
Chichen Itza,
the
yeah.
temple. That was really cool, and that was Mayans. And then I also went to the temple of Oxmal. That was also Mayan. Then we went to.
See, so all the Mayans
Mhm.
built all that shit allegedly 3,200 years ago. They say, okay, right?
Mhm.
Is that 5,000, 3,200?
Well, it's questionable now. It's like if you look at the internet, they'll tell you a different story too.
Yeah. Well, so to the timeline of when they believe they made it, you would say that. But then you can find these other structures that are very similar to that, but not built as well.
Mhm.
That you could believe that those were built 3,200 years ago, and then you compare those that.
Okay. So because the quality is not as good, that means the technology is not there.
That's what the pyramids are. You know that. I don't know if you know that, but most people don't know that. That the pyramids, you go to the pyramids, and they are, and I only know this from just watching eons of videos. And
The resonators are of
Well,
energy or something like that.
well, I mean, regardless
Like
of
what
any of that,
Tesla was talking about.
regardless of any of that,
Oh.
you can clearly see where there are one type of builder, and then some other Yahoo
Yeah.
came along and was like, "Ooh, this is my shit. I made this. I'm just gonna put marks on it.
Yeah.
Wait, why don't I slap some mud on it and then carve it in the mud? Because you know why? Because I can't carve it in the stone. You know why? Because I don't have anything sharp enough to carve that granite.
Copper, I think.
And even then, it's like to say that you could do that in the time that would be spent to create those things. Like, here's another weird thing too. The Sphinx's head is
What are
very.
you doing, Al Bundy?
Geez, sorry, I had an itch, man. I didn't scratch it. So I didn't pull it out or anything. It's just getting along
The ridge.
Yeah, I gotta hit the ridge area. So, long story short, you can see clearly where A has happened and B has happened, and they're like, "Well, this is how it is," and everybody's like, "Yeah, we don't buy
Well,
that."
they were also talking about like some of the way that they drilled the copper was actually putting sand in it as they rotated, and that actually made cutting the stone a lot easier.
Bullshit.
The same thing with the copper saw that
Nice.
had no teeth. It was just straight up copper.
Copper and sand. I know.
Copper and sand, yeah. And there was a guy, but it cut so slow.
Where's the saw?
Yeah, where is the saw?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Here's the thing
I
too.
don't. I mean, like, what do you mean by
look.
where's the saw? Like,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a museum.
Okay,
the
so
guy's backyard.
think about it this way. Once you if you look at some of these structures and you figure out the general mathematics of how they're built in this, like the size of the saw would have to be like 20 feet long, right? And it would have to have like 40 guys on one side and 50 guys on the other or something, and the sheer concept.
I'll have to show you the video that I saw. Where it was only 2 guys per side.
I've
But it
seen
was
that.
like
I've seen the sand video before.
Okay, you've
No,
seen the sand video.
I have, and I've seen that theory that is possible with enough people.
Yeah.
And you know, to think 200 people, think like 1,000 people, you know, working on a block.
Mm-hmm. A block, 1,000 people.
How would that even make sense?
It doesn't.
Okay,
Because like that's a crowd of people.
Right. So now think about the construction and the time it would take to construct one block using that technique.
Mm-hmm.
And then that doesn't even explain like the melted block formations.
Oh yeah, or the stairs inside the temple.
So yeah, there's
Or the
just
pyramid.
there's a lot of variables that just don't add up. You can,
Plasma.
it's some kind of laser knife of some sort. That is-
Lightsaber.
oh, that's for certain. For certain. There was some kind of melting system going on there. The a half dozen of the other of the stones are perfect precision.
Right.
And then inside cuts. How about the inside box cuts and stuff that are squared out and like reliefed
Or the stuff
into
that's
the
in
stone?
Peru, you know, where they have like 5-pointed stones carved up, and you can't even like fit anything in the middle of it at all. It's like it's just that well niched.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the melted stones.
Like you need a microscope to see the cracks, you know, kind of.
And in theory, you know, it's possible that over time that they wore into that shape.
Oh, the rounded.
They've just crumbled around each other, and just that previously it was close, but over 2,000 years,
So
5,000 years, the mortar's gone and all the joints are tight now, and it's just collapsed inside of itself, and it's just even tighter than it ever was. That is a theory, but I don't really buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes the simplest answer is the right answer. You know, it's so simple. You know, I think we overcomplicate a lot of things. You know, and it's like, oh, that's why aliens did it instead of like, you know.
Aliens definitely did it. They're out there.
Or do you think that maybe they were just earlier people, you know, that.
Time travelers.
I don't know, because then that would be later people going posing as earlier people.
1:46 on the ticker.
Let us jam.
Yes, it is time. All right, kids, we're going to make some music for a few minutes and try it and see what happens. See if it sounds good or bad. I'm not sure.
It's a cool thing to do.
We didn't really come up with a game plan for this other than...
You're like, come over. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there you go. You come over. Let's make some noise.
Okay. Don't you mess with my phone. Don't you mess with my hoodie. You're going straight for it, aren't you?
Fernt.
Me that you're looking for. How you gonna be doing drums when I'm the drummer?
We just did it, remember? Remember this?
constructed based on the math.
Just you and me, Clovis.
Play back and forth like we were just doing with this.
I didn't hear a hi-hat or a
time it's in. When I give you drums, so you can hear what this synth is set to. So, like, for example.
Give another drum beat while I'm already in the middle of a drum, and well, it don't mesh well.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
The BPM is so you got.
I mean, I know there's a metronome setting.
Yeah.
They going to get somebody.
Just a straight rhythm or a 16 note, you know, just like, you know, that could work too.
Believe it or not, this is very popular. Ready?
Right. I don't believe it. The kids love that shit.
This is in your bag. Based on the math, the way the ancient pyramids were constructed. Based on the math, that's 40 hertz right there, folks. Brainwaving you at the moment.
They've held this secret knowledge.
The reason? No.
Just you and me, Clovis.
Let's see what else we got in the bank of banks.
So I was driving to work today. Some bozo in a Cadillac cuts me off. So I followed him. When he got out of his car, I run up behind this guy and I start bashing his brains in with this bat. Did you ever see The Untouchables? I was De Niro.
Take your chances with the law.
Shut back up! So I was driving to work today.
You can just go fuck yourself.
Bullshit, I can't hear you.
I will gouge out your eyeballs and...
Oh, what, you got something?
Slow sample. This is, Ancient Aliens.
Quincy!
Think I need to go soon.
I'm going to say that I need to call tonight now. In fact, I've got to be up early in the morning.
It's already
So-
early in the morning. You might as well stay up, bro.
You said you were tired. I'm going to call it a day.
Call it a
Yeah, we're going to call it a day, folks. I promise we'll bring some more better music next time. You know, once we get a man in the box, then we can put stuff together. Do some craziness. You don't know me that way. Oh, that was me. First episode in the quite possibly. Bye, everyone.
That was fun. Let us smoke, and then I go. I think that's our problem. We didn't smoke. I mean, but we didn't smoke enough. Yeah. Smoke break. Somehow. Say what? Oh, damn.
Have you heard about the nocturnal bacterium that feeds on insulin? Pay attention. Blood glucose up to 100 is considered normal. From 100 to 100...
boards in here and enough cable to string out a small airplane full of cable. A JG. It's the sound guys. They're this guy, sound guy, Jason. What's up, bro? You watch this later? Probably not, but you might. Yeah, it's oh my God. Like, Jason's great. Don't get me wrong, but we fall into this category of, hey, he couldn't work, and it's Friday night, so we're winging it. No man in the chair tonight. It's me being in the booth. This is why we're so late. What it was, 12:30. We finally got live going. I can't figure it out. Why aren't the mics loud enough? Oh yeah, because the mics will feed back in the control room. This is a no headphones setup. Which makes it difficult for you get used to at the minute. You can hear your voice in the background in the monitor, but it's just minor compared to like when we switch over and play music here later, maybe, possibly. Chris will indulge us, and we'll go from there. So once again, greetings. This is the opening intro of the first episode of PlanItContract inside of Planet Tour at 127 Powers Ferry Road, Marietta, Georgia. We have a few sponsors we'd like to thank tonight. Schlitz Malt Liquor, we love you. Gotta love that Schlitz, baby. And we also like to thank many other people. Brew or something. You would say that. Right. get me wrong, but.
See if the sound is fixed. Second 1, 2.